Learning theories and operation in Tyler's model. We have studied Tyler's model of curriculum development in detail, and we have looked into all the steps. And we don't need to repeat the steps now since you have a good understanding of that. Once we want to operationalize the curriculum development process, and we want to use the knowledge of learning theories for the process of curriculum development, which is required for actual classroom practice of the curriculum जो आप develop कर रहे होंगे. हमने पहले भी कहा कि जब तक हमें क्लासरूम का मुकम्मल तौर पर अंदाज़ा नहीं होगा और हमारे पास बैकग्राउंड नॉलेज नहीं होगा लाइक फिलॉसफी ऑफ एजुकेशन एंड लर्निंग साइकोलॉजी, उस वक्त तक हम एक अच्छा करिकुलम नहीं बना सकते. देयर आर सर्टन थिंग्स विच आर एप्लीकेबल टू क्लासरूम, और जब हम लर्निंग थ्योरीज को देखते हैं how they are being applied inside the classroom and how these knowledge of learning theories, it helps us to address the curriculum development questions. It is very important to see how learning theories they are being implemented inside the classroom, या टाइलर्स के मॉडल में हम किस तरह से इनको ऑपरेशनलाइज कर सकते हैं या प्रैक्टिकली इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. You must have studied about learning theories in your other courses. We will take just 2 examples here which are very simple and which are again used globally for the purpose of curriculum development. और जब आप टीचर बनने जाते हैं तो आप सबसे पहले इन लर्निंग थ्योरीज के बारे में ही जानते हैं. वन इज बिहेवियरिज्म, जिसको हम स्टिमुलस रिस्पॉन्स थ्योरी भी कहते हैं, एंड द सेकंड इज कॉग्निटिव और गेस्टाल्ट थ्योरी ऑफ लर्निंग. हम देखेंगे किस तरह से इन 2 थ्योरीज को हम टाइलर्स मॉडल में क्लासरूम में इम्प्लीमेंट कर सकते हैं या क्लासरूम में हम इसको ऑपरेशनलाइज कर सकते हैं और किस किस्म का नॉलेज हमें जानना ज़रूरी है, so that we can then identify in the curriculum document that what kind of learning experiences will be given and what kind of teaching strategies will be used inside the classroom. Let's look at behaviorism. Student is the stimulus response theory which is actually being done inside the classroom. Behaviorism, जैसे कि लफ्ज़ से जाहिर है, it basically believes in the fact that people or students they learn through conditioning process. What is a conditioning process? Conditioning process is that you are correct, आपके सही या approximately correct या किसी हद तक आपके सही जवाबात को they are being reinforced, आपको appreciate किया जाता है. So once your responses are being appreciated and they are being reinforced, so you learn better. बिल्कुल इसी तरह से अगर बच्चों में भी पढ़ाते हुए किसी ना किसी किस्म की reinforcement होती रहेगी तो they will be learning better and there will be a positive attitude towards learning. This is what behaviorism believes in. Reinforcement क्या करती है? It strengthens the bond between stimulus and response. Once your response is correct and everyone claps for you, you will be encouraged to give more responses and then you will feel confident. So while there is reinforcement of the response inside the classroom और बच्चे को जब उस response पर किसी किस्म की appreciation मिलती है तो हम देख सकते हैं कि if there is a stimulus then there is always a response and that fear will be gone. So learning will be taking place in a situation which is comfortable for the student and it will become a conducive environment for the learning. In behaviorism, in classroom situation, generally this learning theory is being used and these ways of learning are being practiced commonly inside the classroom. Generally stimulus response theory में जब follow करते हैं तो इसमें अगर हम Bloom's taxonomy को, जिसके बारे में आप पहले भी पढ़ चुके होंगे, we simply look at the recall and comprehension. We give a stimulus and we look at the response of the students, and most of the time we encourage students to recall and give the response, and at the same time we want to look at that how well students they can comprehend it and are they able to state that inside the classroom or share inside the classroom. So while we are doing this activity inside the classroom and we are giving some kind of stimuli to the students and we are waiting for the responses and reinforcement is there, so we will have a positive attitude towards learning and there will be a behavioral change among the students. While we are applying all this inside the classroom, how it can be applied? For example, It can be applied in different ways. First of all, assertive discipline. What do you do in assertive discipline? You are rewarding the appropriate behavior of the students and you are giving them like free times. You allow them to go outside the classroom and play for some time, and you say you will have a longer break, or you can have a break within the classroom and then you can chat for a little while. So this is the kind of assertive discipline you are using inside your classroom in the behavior response learning theory. At the same time, we do use behavior modification techniques where we reinforce appropriate behaviors with praise. You say, let's clap for someone. It is a good work. And then when you appreciate and you praise students, you are basically inculcating the attitude of giving response inside the classroom and behaving well. Similarly, we can use some other techniques like questioning technique, where you can ask recall questions, and these can be the actual questions or informational questions with high degree of success. So once you are asking these kinds of questions in the classroom and you are getting the responses from the students, this will boost their learning and definitely the confidence as well. बिल्कुल इसी तरह से कंप्यूटर असिस्टेड इंस्ट्रक्शन को भी इस्तेमाल किया जा सकता है, जहाँ पर हम कंप्यूटर्स के जरिए क्वेश्चंस प्रोवाइड करते हैं and then verification of responses is being done by the students themselves. We can ask them to check in the computer and see how good they were in responding to the questions, and we can reinforce their learning. So what you are teaching inside the classroom, you can use different types of techniques to further reinforce the learning of the students. Some other ways of using stimulus response learning theory inside the classroom is the motivational strategies. Once students are performing well or doing well upon any activity or responding to your stimulus inside the classroom, you can reward them upon the completion of the task. For example, you can give them stars, you can make a face on their writings or on their documents which they are producing inside the classroom, or you can do the clapping for the students. These kind of learning strategies, once we know that they work well inside the classroom, तो हम इसी तरह की लर्निंग स्ट्रैटेजीज को अपने करिकुलम में भी सजेस्ट कर सकते हैं. Similarly, contingency contracts where written statements they are being specified for the rewarding of the students and reinforcement of the desired behavior is being done. You write a comment upon the students' work and that's how they are being encouraged and they perform well. So to every response which is being given inside the classroom, you are using different types of reinforcement techniques and you ensure that students, they are internalizing and they are able to comprehend what they have learned and they can easily recall. With this kind of knowledge, being teacher, being a curriculum developer, you are in a very good position that you will, while developing the curriculum, you will indicate these kind of learning strategies for the teaching of any subject area inside the classroom, and it can be included in the curriculum document which we will be producing for the teachers.